It's showtime. Now, I've said this so many times, but this is a very special Friday Marketing Online Live event because for the first time ever, I am introducing the Underground Online Seminar. Now, this was started by a dear friend of mine, Yannick Silver. You probably know him. We've joint ventured together with a course called Mind Motivators. I initially took him to Australia. We've gone to the United Kingdom together. And when he started the Underground years ago, it was very different because unlike other seminars that were happening at the time, it had a different feel to it and there were different speakers. I wasn't invited to speak because I'm not an underground guy. So fast forward a decade, now that I'm a dinosaur, I'm now an underground guy and I've been invited, not by Yannick, but the two people who've taken over. So I want you to be introduced to them and then we'll start the Facebook Live in about 13 minutes. So Dush and Terra, this is the first time you're on with our tribe. You're on the big screen. Tell everyone where you are right now and a little bit about your history as a first take, because you'll be doing it again during the live event.
Yeah, you bet.
Great. Okay, so first of all, Alex, thank you so much for the opportunity to meet with your group and have us on your show. This is great. So by way of background, both Terra and I spent a lot of time at ClickBank. So I was Vice President of Sales and Business Development at ClickBank during the highest growth period of that company's history. I got there in 2005 when it was a modest-sized company. And my role as VP of Sales and Business Development was primarily to grow the company's sales. And so we did that in 6 years. When I left in 2011, we had grown payouts to the clients to $1 billion. And then in the last 3 years, we doubled that to $3 billion. The interesting thing is, and I'll let Terra talk to what her role was at ClickBank, which is one of the key roles that defined what we did going forward. But one of the things that we saw at ClickBank that was so interesting was there were a lot of products that did extremely well, but if you looked at the products, they were not that great. But there were other products that were really superb, fabulous products, built with a lot of passion, but unfortunately didn't do that well in sales. So if you looked at what caused the difference, it was not the price, it was not the product category, it was not the quality of the product, it's really the affiliates that promote the product. So, so Terra left the company first, left ClickBank first to start the company that we run together. And so I'll let Terra pick it up from here and tell her story about her time at ClickBank.
So I was the 5th employee of ClickBank back in the year 2000. I started when we were just, it was a tiny, tiny office. There were just 5 of us, like I said, and I was there through 2010. And I pretty much did every role in the company. I was in customers, well, at the time I started, there was really no role, so played a little bit of everything. But my last 3 years with the company, I spent in business development, and what we did there, we created sort of ClickBank's version of a frequent flyer program that we called Premier and Apex, and it was a reward and recognition program for the top 500 vendors and affiliates. So, and that's really how we grew the company, was by building those really strong relationships, finding out what people needed to grow their business. I remember back then it was a one-click upsell that we got implemented for people that created a huge boost in sales for the company. So it was things like that. We started an event for those people, and that, like Dush said, led to our current company, the Net Momentum, which is an affiliate management agency for some of the top marketers online. And in terms of where we are, we're in beautiful Boulder, Colorado.
All right, awesome. So Dush, look at the camera. I know it's unnatural, but there you go. And then when I talk, you can look at the screen. And then Terra, you did great. You did great. So this is practice. This is practice.
Okay.
Now, what we just did, they're going to put it into about a 2-minute package. And those of you who don't know ClickBank, have never heard of ClickBank, there are 2 reasons why ClickBank is meaningful to me. Now, I've been on ClickBank for over a decade. Don't do a lot of business there, But one of the reasons is that if you don't have a credit card, merchant account, which is getting harder and harder these days, ClickBank is where to go. The second reason is it has an affiliate network. And attached to that, you know what offers are doing well, which offers are not doing well. There's a concept called gravity, which I'll let Terra or Dush talk about. But the third reason, which is a bonus, is you get to reverse engineer things that work in your category, whether it's fitness and health or business opportunity or any type of digital product that's out there. The headlines, the frequently asked questions, the SAQs, the should ask questions that Mike Koenig has talked about over the years, the bullet points, the guarantees, they're there for you to check out because you know what the best selling items are based on the promotion. That doesn't mean it's the best quality, but it's always the best promotion that wins, fortunately or unfortunately. So what does gravity mean, Dush or Terra, and why is it so important?
So gravity really is a calculated number. Most people often think that gravity really means the total number of affiliates that are promoting a product. It's not. Gravity is really, it's a calculated number that relates to the number of affiliates that have successfully promoted that product in the last 8 to 12 weeks. So there's a recency effect to it. And what's also important is it's not just pure revenues. So if you have two products that have the same amount of revenues, same refunds, same number of chargebacks, but one product has one affiliate promoting it and the other product has 100 affiliates promoting it, the second product with 100 affiliates will have a far higher gravity than the first product, even though they both have the same amount of sales. So that's what gravity is.
It's basically the idea of the product's ability to attract affiliates.
Exactly. So it's the gravity, the gravitational force that the product exerts towards affiliates.
Okay, great. Now, these guys are doing great. It's really hard to have two people being interviewed because there's redundancy. Sometimes you step on each other's words, but not only are they partners, they're married. So it's working, which is, you know, a miracle. It's hard to coach a spouse. It's hard to partner with a spouse. It didn't work for me. And I'm really delighted that it's working right now. We have about 5 more minutes until we start the Facebook Live. And of course, that's at marketingonline.com/Friday Live. All you do is click on the share button. It's there now. So you can share it on your fan page, any Facebook group that you have. That's the beauty of the networking effect. Now, here's why I'm doing this. These two really know affiliate marketing. They have a business where they are outsourced as affiliate managers, and they'll talk about that during the live show for the 30-minute piece of it. But I'm going to give you something that no one else gets in case someone wants to take action now. If you go to undergroundonlineseminar.com, and Sue can type that in the chat right now, undergroundonlineseminar.com, and this is a key date, August 18th. This is not shameless promotion. This is self-serving benevolence. This is for you. Early bird, August 18th. There's a savings of $500. After the 18th, all bets are off. You can check out what the price is, which means like after the 18th, yes, it goes up. Now that's an offer. There's a call to action, and then there's a penalty if you don't take action by deciding early and deciding for yourself, which what high achievers do. However, what I'm going to make on an offer on the live show, and I want you to see it because maybe it won't be available to anyone else because 3 of you will say yes, is first of all, on the 14th of September, the event is the 15th, 16th, 17th. I will be a keynote speaker there. And for the first 3 people, there will be a hot seat the night before. Well, I will do a consultation with you, for you, and 2 others will be doing it as well. You'll be on the hot seat for half an hour, and we'll trade off, and it's a total of 90 minutes. If you want, you can do a hot seat 3-on-1 with me. If you want, we'll make it 2 hours, but 30 minutes each, 3 people. And if you go VIP, there is a $1,200 rebate, and this is not a $10,000 event. It's not even a $5,000 event. So if you go to undergroundonlineseminar.com, I'll give you the rebate code in a moment, and Sue will type it in. There's also a nightly review. You will look at my notes. I write 1 note per page. Dush and Terra have seen me do this at masterminds that were twice as expensive, where we actually met for the second time.
Yeah.
And the key takeaways each night, I'll do a review with you. You can take pictures, and those will be my notes. And so make sure in the promo code, if this is for you and you're ready to pull the trigger before everyone else gets it, because this will probably have 30, 40,000 views on Facebook. It's Alex VIP. You get an instant $1,200 off rebate. Now it's really $1,195. I'll pay you an extra $5 because I don't like $1,195. So they're giving you $1,195 off. I'll give you an extra $5 when we get there. So it's a $1,200 off. If something changes, you can't make it, you can sell it to someone else. And, you know, there's a $30 fee for transfer. And the discount code is case sensitive. So what's the code again? All uppercase. It's Alex VIP. And that is the sneak peek before we begin, because you made it here. And where is it located and when is it? Dush, I'll ask you.
Okay, it is September 15th, 16th, 17th in Denver, Colorado, at the beautiful Sheraton Denver downtown, which is right on the 16th Street Mall. It's a gorgeous pedestrian district full of restaurants and bars and beautiful stores and so on. It's a great location. It's a gorgeous hotel, and we'd love to see you there.
Yeah, and we'll talk about why attend now, and what gives Dush and Terra, I'm going to say ladies first, Terra and Dush, the right to be taking this on now, because they took it over from Yannick, a dear friend of mine of over 15 years, Yannick Silver. So you'll get that full story. We'll start in about a minute and a half.
Right.
The goal of this, folks, as you're watching, the goal is so you see what an irresistible offer looks like. If you are repurposing any of your content, you should be doing some sort of a workshop or an event. This is a workshop and event, so you can model what we're doing. And then if you want an affiliate manager, then you can find out if you fit the criteria of Terra and Dush, because that's what they do for a living, and they do it extremely well. They come from the world's largest affiliate network at ClickBank, and they took it to new heights. We got about a minute left. You guys want to sneak in anything?
Just one extra note that I'll add as far as that August 18th deadline. So you mentioned the early bird pricing. The other thing we're offering are 3 awesome early bird specials, which I'm super excited about. The first one is you get in on a truly, like, literally underground tour that we're doing of Denver. So it's through the tunnels of Denver into some areas that are off limits to the general public. It's a pub crawl. We stop at 4 pubs along the way. We go through some haunted buildings. I think we go through like a vault underground. So you get to hear about kind of the seedy history of Denver, these underground tunnels. It's going to be an amazing connection event. Alex, I'm sure you can speak to the fact that a lot of people you've probably met that have helped your business, helped your life, you've met at these kind of really close-knit connection events where you're having fun with people, having some laughs, having a good time, and the conversation just flows naturally into business. And I think that's when the best relationships come together, are through those events. So you get in on the underground tour. The second one, you get a free session with a coach that we actually met through Yannick. He's user. We like her so much. Yeah. We have her on retainer in our company. Her name is Aline Hanley. She works with a lot of Yannick's Maverick members, excuse me. And you really have to have a session with her to realize just how phenomenal she is. But if you go to undergroundonlineseminar.com, check out the bonuses. You'll see some quotes there from people that say one session is absolutely life-changing with her. So she's throwing that in. And then you also get all the underground recordings from 2016. And we just had an incredible group of speakers last year. And so it's basically like getting 2 undergrounds for the price of 1.
All right. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you'll repeat that again, and
we will.
Down. Here we go. Go ahead and mute out. 3, 2, 1. Stand by, stand by, stand by. I'm trying to get your attention. Let's go. take it off of mute. Take Facebook off of mute. I'm going to get started. Are you ready? And let's grow. Now, if you and I have never met, my name is Alex Mondosian. If we have met, you know that what I just did is to get your attention to click on the audio button on Facebook so that you could be watching us on Facebook Live. Now, today's session is all about underground excellence. And the best place to turn to, at least for the past decade, is the Underground Online Seminar. Now, if you've never heard of this, then where have you been? Because year after year, about 500 plus more people go, and the speakers, I haven't been invited until this year, because now I'm a dinosaur and I'm considered underground. But in the old days, when Yannick Silver, my dear friend, who I had a course called Mind Motivators, and we had traveled together for the first time to the United Kingdom teaching internet marketing, and we went to Australia as the first group to go down there and teach internet marketing. This is back in 2002, 2003. Well, he didn't have the underground then, but what he found was finding people who really know what they're doing. They necessarily may not be presenters, but they do it, and they reveal and kind of open the kimono or lift the hood on what they do well. And so if you know underground excellence in people, those are the people you want to follow, because they actually get the stuff done. They're not just traveling and giving presentations. Now, this year, 2017, I'm invited as one of the keynote speakers. I want to introduce to you who took over the underground from Yannick. Yannick Silver is still involved, but Terra and Dush, they're in Colorado right now, and they took it over. And just introduce yourselves and talk about what was life like before you went to the underground and took it over.
Yeah,
sure.
Okay.
So hi everyone. So just wanted to mention a couple of things. Both Terra and I spent a lot of time at ClickBank. I was vice president of sales and business development at ClickBank for many years. And during that time, we exploded the sales of the company to a point where we got the payouts to clients, that is, the vendors and affiliates, to $1 billion. And then in the last 3 years I was there, we doubled it from $1 billion to $2 billion. And
now, hang on. Let me interrupt, because it rolls off your tongue like it's nothing. This is billion with a B, and these are payouts to affiliates. So this is an affiliate network, the world's largest, called ClickBank, and they track what's selling, what's not selling. So it's a great place to find out what's hot and what's not. Exactly. And so these two are responsible to doubling the sales in payouts. Dush, is that accurate?
That is exactly right. In just the last 3 years of the time that we were there. But what's particularly interesting is during that time, we saw that there were some products that were really excellent products, beautifully built, with a lot of passion. The people had put their hearts and souls into creating those products, but they really weren't attracting a lot of sales. And there were other products that were okay. They were not necessarily bad, but they were okay. They were not anywhere near the quality or the passion of these other products that weren't selling. But these products that were okay were flying off the shelves. And it was an amazing thing to watch. And you really had to look into it to say, what is causing it? It wasn't, as you might think, it wasn't the product category. It wasn't the price. It wasn't the quality. It wasn't any of these things that you would think would be obvious. What it was the affiliates that were promoting the product. So anyway, so through our time at ClickBank, we grew the company dramatically. And then Terra, who was also with me at ClickBank, left ClickBank to start our company that we now run together. But let me let Terra talk about her time at ClickBank.
So I started at ClickBank back in the year 2000. I was the 5th employee at that point, so there were just 5 of us in a little tiny office. It was when ClickBank was just starting out. We were just starting to take off. And Alex is trying to distract me, but I've got a poker face, so good luck there, Alex. Anyway, I was there for 10 years, from 2000 to 2010. I pretty much did every role in the company. You can imagine when you start as the 5th employee, you get a lot of experience doing a little bit of everything. But what I did in my last 3 years was work with Dush actually in business development. And I started a reward and recognition program for the top 500 vendors and affiliates. So if you've been part of ClickBank, you probably remember that era where you could hardly get a hold of anyone, you could hardly talk to anyone, there was no number on the website, and it was really pretty closed off. And when Dush came in, when that whole management team came in 2005, and we started this reward and recognition program in 2007, that's when the communication started to change. And we started listening to our clients, doing calls with clients. We created an event, which I think now they've grown into, they now call it, they still have this same program that Dush and I started. I think now it's called Platinum, but we built a lot of great relationships with the top vendors and affiliates in the industry, and that's how we came to start our affiliate management agency when I left the company in 2010.
Yeah, and if you've never marketed through ClickBank, or if you've never purchased anything on ClickBank, there are other platforms that have sprouted up since. But the power of affiliate marketing is what ClickBank is about. And this show isn't about ClickBank. It's about getting a hold of underground thought leaders, putting them on stage and teaching others without pitching them on a how-to course, which is typically the multi-speaker format. And that's what the Underground Online Seminar is all about. Now, don't go to undergroundonlineseminar.com yet. Don't go there. Don't troll yet. There's plenty of there. I'll take you there in a moment. But I wanted to give you a sense of what life was like for Terra and Dush at ClickBank, and then they left. So in 30 seconds or less, Terra, if life was so good, why did you leave ClickBank?
It was time for a change, for sure. I'd been in the corporate world for 10 years. There was just a shift there was, in management and direction, and I just didn't feel aligned anymore. And so it was time for a change and to strike out on my own. And I wasn't even sure exactly what I was going to do, but I knew it was time for a change. And fortunately, I had built up such great relationships at ClickBank that it was easy to start my agency, the affiliate management agency. So.
That is a great politically correct answer. Thank you. And Dush, your turn. Why did you leave?
Well, you know, at that point when we got to that stage, one of the things that I've always been very passionate about is helping entrepreneurs. I am a serial entrepreneur myself. I've bought and sold a number of companies. I once bought a division of a Fortune 500 company, built that up and sold it, started another company, sold that, and so on before I got to ClickBank. So what I saw at ClickBank was really how many people, how many entrepreneurs and business owners created products with passion, but didn't really have the opportunity to take it to market. So when the opportunity presented itself, where Terra had already started the agency, and I felt this is a perfect vehicle for us to help other entrepreneurs take their products to market by leveraging what we knew. So we could help people find markets, find affiliates, and promote their products by leveraging our connections, our knowledge of the processes and the industry, and create a business. So we were sort of, you could say we were the very first affiliate management agency. There were affiliate managers who operated as individuals working for clients, but we were the very first agency with employees and a team and so on. So that was the driving force.
Okay, so this show is not about ClickBank.
Nope.
It's not about leadership. It's not even about their affiliate management agency.
Right.
This is all about the Underground Online Seminar, because there's no business as difficult as the seminar business, and there's no business that everyone wants to be part of. A seminar business is kind of like a restaurant, only it can be worse. You work your ass off for months and months and months to fill seats.
Mm-hmm.
You get and try to herd cats and chase chickens, which are also called speakers, and you try to get them there on time. You spend a ton of money on the hotel and sign contracts and hoping that all the seats will get filled. And if you don't do the job, you still have to have the show go on. You can lose money like I have, in some cases, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and there's no one there. And so you're publicly humiliated and you still got to teach. Now, that's the dark side of the seminar business. If you're thinking about getting into the workshop or seminar business, just think it through. A book, a how-to course, even selling stuff on ClickBank is a lot less risky. But these two, for whatever reason, had a great setup. They left a cush job. They went into a cush opportunity with all their contacts, and then they go into a mini crisis. And all of a sudden, they're presented the opportunity to take over a seminar business. And I'm thinking, why? I mean, Yannick's doing a great job as it is. It was branded with Yannick. What happened, guys? Why did you decide, hey, this could be for us? What was happening that was maybe a little bit mini crisis-like in your lives? Quickly.
Why don't you go first?
Yeah, I would say a couple things were going on. One, I really think that we just felt we were playing too small of a game. We thought that we could do more. Running an agency is also no piece of cake, as we discovered. Just keeping employees, certainly hiring employees for this kind of agency is difficult because it is a relationship business. So fortunately, we had the advantage of hiring people that used to work on my team at ClickBank, but it's very hard to train people off the street. So that was, and it was just, we could only handle a certain number of clients, and we still can. It's a very high-touch business.
It's a boutique.
And so we were playing a really small game, and I just don't think that we were happy with that. We wanted to do something much bigger, but we didn't really know what that next thing was. I'd say we had just rebranded. I think the other thing that was happening was that we found ourselves kind of grossing ourselves out in a way, because we were working with some of these sketchier products, some of these sketchier marketers, recruiting affiliates for them, and it just felt yucky. And then on the other side, we had some great clients, like John Benson, for example, with who I'm sure you know, Alex, is the amazing copywriter and inventor of VSL. He launched a product with us called the 3 Accelerator. And so then we were dealing with this really high-end group, and we loved that. So how do we transfer more to that world? How do we shine the spotlight more on this group of people? Because we really saw the power of the internet, and it just kind of grossed us out that, you know, you would see these products that weren't very good and that weren't serving people, and we were part of it, and it didn't feel very good. And, you know, you're helping them sell more. And we really wanted to shift out of that and just do something to raise up the industry, raise up ourselves, raise up the industry, and transfer more attention and more spotlight to the John Bensons of the world that are selling really good stuff.
Okay, that's fine. And then you decide to take over the world's toughest business that can be lucrative, but is still tough. So what was the moment when you knew that you're going to pursue the underground event from Yannick, and why did he give it up? Dush.
So, two things. So first of all, while we were in this state of feeling uncomfortable and dissatisfied with the fact that, okay, we were making an impact. We were helping people take their products to market, but we were playing, as Terra said, a smaller game. And we were impacting entrepreneurs and business owners, but one at a time. And we felt like there needed to be a vehicle that we could do two things. Terra's big why is raising the level of integrity of the industry as a whole. My big why is helping entrepreneurs and business owners be successful. So we looked at this and said, how can we do this? And this happened to come together at about the same time when Yannick came to us in the fall of 2015 and said, look, guys, you know, I've done Underground for 10 years, and in 2014, I decided to retire it and retired the brand and focus on the Maverick Group and on his Evolved Enterprise movement. He wrote a book called Evolved Enterprise about how you can do well by doing good. And so he said, I'm focusing on that, and that's really taking a lot of my energy. Though I'm hearing from a lot of people that have been to Underground in the past about how and why I should bring Underground back. But I feel as though I'm torn in a number of different ways, but this seems right in your wheelhouse. Would you guys be willing to take it over and run with it? So that was just perfect. And so that was why we decided to take it on.
And we had, I mean, Underground was always one of our favorite conferences, but back from the ClickBank days, I mean, as you know, Alex, it was really the only conference. So we had participated as attendees, as sponsors, and loved it. So we really jumped at that chance when Yannick came to us with the idea of taking it over.
Okay, so let's take a look at the website. If you go to Underground Online Seminar, here it is. This year it's in Denver, Colorado, September 15th through 17th. If you'd like to go clear your calendar, I'm going to give you a good reason to go, but not yet. And you notice that there's always a call to action in any seminar business. August 18th, that's an early bird special. If you have a workshop, always have an early bird date. You get a $500 discount. That's a lot. I mean, same event, $500 less. Why not? And then there's some bonuses as well, which we can discuss later. But here's Yannick. Okay, look at him with his big bad self. I've never seen a guy with his name on the helmet. I love him, man. And then you go down, and that's his endorsement. That's the lift letter, as they would say in direct mail. And there's Terra, there's Dush. They look the same. And then you can read down a super cool website of, you know, why this event, why they're uniquely qualified, and why attend now. And I wasn't invited to speak for the first 10 years simply because I was not Underground. I was fairly well known within the internet marketing space. And then as I get older, I'm invited back. So Jesse Dubeck will be there, my good friend Pete Vargas, which is how I reenacted my relationship with Terra and Dush. We were at one of his mastermind events, which is about 2 to 3 times more expensive than this one. And then, you know, Chris Haddad and many others. Okay. So you could go through this site as I'm scrolling down and see why it would make sense to attend. I'm going to be there, and there's some pretty cool reasons why to attend, which I'll make that offer to you if you decide to hang on, because I'm only going to hang on and make it to you for those who are committed, and the interested leave and they lose engagement. But the ones who stick around, there's a special offer for 3 people, and I think it'll be well worth your while to check it out. And it's not for the tire kicker, it's for the person who's ready to go. And I've never made an offer like this before because I can't wait to go. I've never been invited. And now I can't even get invited by Yannick. I'd be invited by Terra and Dush, and Yannick's going to be there. So I saw him recently at a mastermind event that I went to. He says, "Hey, I heard you're going to be at Underground." And I go, "Yes, I am." Just like, "Yeah, thanks for inviting me last time." And I said, "Bring your cherry tomatoes," which means it's an inside joke. I like the small ones because you can duck instead of the big tomatoes. And I'll be one of the keynote speakers there. That's not why to attend. There's 2 other keynotes and other speakers as well, but it's the people in the group. So here's a couple that had a pretty cush job at ClickBank. They outgrew it for their goals and roles. Then they hit a mini conflict or mini crisis. Like, is this all there is? We're actually helping people who we need to feel like we got to take a bath after, you know, we shake hands because the product doesn't have redeeming value, but, you know, it's selling a lot because we're good affiliate managers. And then they have an opportunity which they pursue, and they take over the Underground, I think 2015. And I want to find out what the conflict has been along the path of taking over the Underground, because life isn't always great. Sometimes the shovel hits the forehead, shovel of reality after you've taken it over. So you've been in it a few years. What has kind of been a few roadblocks or conflicts that you've met along the way, just so people who want to get into the seminar business or maybe want to attend this will get a sense of it from the inside out?
Yeah, so I will take this one. Oh my gosh. So Alex, when you said the seminar business is one of the hardest ones and you work for months, you know, trying to fill seats, you are not kidding. And I think when you say, why did you leave this to do the seminar business? And it was really out of ignorance. We had no idea how hard it was. And so, and that's good. So we jumped in like, oh, we love Underground. Yeah, it was our favorite conference. Let's do this. It's awesome. We get to work with Yannick, and we've been part of Yannick's Maverick group forever. So it's another great way to work with him. And we were just too stupid to know any better, which is good, because had we known what it was like to put on a conference of this magnitude while running, you know, our agency and our other business, I'm not sure we would have done it. So it's actually a good thing we didn't know how hard it was.
And here's the other thing. You have new respect for Yannick Silver, who has filled this event with over 500 people every single time. You go, how did you do it? You know, how could you chew gum, you know, ride a motorcycle, do your, you know, high-end Maverick mastermind group going all over the world and still fill this thing year after year. So you have new respect. And I don't know if he kind of looked at you like fresh meat. All right, cool. I'm going to hand this over to you. And then, you know, I don't have the headache, but I can still, you know, attend.
Yeah.
So you have found that, hey, it's not an easy business, but it's worthwhile. And many people who are watching right now have watched me on stage. They had no idea how they were going to pay for the offer I made from stage, but they got their butts up and they went and ran to the back of the room. Actually, I have this like shovel and I go, get your ass off the seat and go to the back. And one thing different about the Underground Online Seminar is there is no back of the room. There is no offer. There isn't a pitch, which makes it even harder because there's no profit share from what the speakers are selling. So imagine you get to sit in your seats and give a standing ovation and you don't have to spill ink on an order form in the back. It's a completely different event. And so let's talk about, you know, how you've arrived moving through that conflict to make it profitable. And if there was a climax to where, you know, hey, we made the right decision, what would that look like?
So here's the thing. So when we ran it for the very first year, after Yannick handed it over to us.
Which was just last year. He came to us in the fall of 2015, and the first time we did it was October of last year.
Right. And so when we ran it, it was pins and needles all the way. Because until, I'm going to say 4 weeks before the actual event, we had probably sold 8 tickets. And we had booked a hotel conference room capable of holding 450 people. And so we were trying to do everything. And it was at this time where, you know, we were preparing all of this. We had put the money out to the hotels. We had hired the audiovisual people. We had hired the set decorators, the catering, everything, the opening act, the musical performers, everything. All the money had been spent, and we were waiting for the event to come together. So picture this. At this event, we are sitting there one Sunday morning, 2 weeks before the event. And we were just having breakfast, Terra and I, and we were going to go down to our office and write out our respective speeches because we were each doing a presentation at Underground. So we said, let's have a quick breakfast. Let's go down and work on that. So as we just finished breakfast, it's about 10:30 in the morning, beautiful, beautiful day. Terra says to me, I'm not feeling so well. And I thought it was maybe something to do with the food or whatever it was. She said, no, I really feel quite bad. I'm feeling lightheaded. There's a pain running down my left arm, and my heart's beating strange, not feeling good at all. And so I said, well, are you sure? Are you sure not indigestion? She said, no, this is not indigestion. I've had indigestion. This isn't it. So I called 911. The ambulance showed up. And Terra got loaded onto a stretcher with oxygen and everything. And off we went to the hospital. So I'll let you pick up the story from there.
Yeah, I mean, I really thought I was having a heart attack. I got lightheaded. My heart started just rapidly beating. My left arm was going numb. My fingers were tingling. I was sure I was having a heart attack. Thank God, 24 hours in the hospital, did every single test imaginable on the heart. Everything was fine. It turned out to just be a panic attack. And I guess we should say, I also lost my dad in May of last year, right when we were in the throes of planning Underground. So we had this enormous pressure from taking on this event. I lose my dad, who's my hero. So it was just sort of building and building. And that's
it's a double whammy.
2 weeks out from the event. But when I think you were getting at, like, when we knew we did it right. Is that right, Alex? Like, when we knew it was a success. And that really didn't happen until at the event itself. And that was when we started getting the feedback that we knew we struck a chord. So it was honestly one of those things where it's true. People say sometimes the universe gives you what you need and not what you want. As Dush said, we had planned for the Underground of old for 400 people. I think we severely underestimated that the event had been gone for 2.5 years, and really the energy. I think a live event is energy, and the energy just stops when the event goes away. And we really underestimated that. And there were some other things that we just didn't anticipate. So it ended up being a far smaller event than we had planned for. What was interesting about that, I'd created a vision board before the event, months before the event, when we first were getting going back in February of that year. And what I had was people at round tables and kind of small groups, and that's really what it ended up being. And when we knew we had hit a success was when we got the feedback from people saying how much they loved the small group atmosphere, how much they loved the intimacy of the event. And we had people giving testimonials. We had a cameraman there just taking testimonials throughout the event. And when we got home and listened to it, that was what people said.
It was amazing.
I love the intimacy. I got to have real conversations with people. I got to talk to people more than once. It wasn't just a quick conversation at the bar. And that ended up being the biggest hit, I think, of the entire event. As you know, so many of these events now, I mean, TNC is like 4,000 people. I think Funnel Hacking Live is at least a couple thousand, 2,000, 3,000. I mean, most of the events are several hundred, several thousands of people. And they're great. We love many of those that we go to TNC every year, but it is just a different vibe. And I think this was so much in contrast to that it's a very high-end event. It's high-end people. It's a limited number of people. This year, our room doesn't even hold more than 175 people. So you're really going to have the chance to connect with the other individuals that are there. It really creates a really intimate atmosphere that, yeah.
And so that brings me to what I love doing, selling. I love it, and the person I become loves it even more. Now, if that doesn't feel right, then you can leave now. But I'm going to make an offer because I'm going to be there, and I want 3 people to be there with me for something very, very special. It's the first time I'm keynoting there. It's a tribe. You know, 150 to 175 is a tribe. Malcolm Gladwell, the rule of 150. You know, American Indians, their tribes were somewhere between 130 people and 150. So you'll get to meet everyone. And if you follow my directions, you will meet everyone, because in the networking piece that I'll teach you the night before the event begins, you'll have the capacity to meet everyone. Plus, you'll know someone on stage, and you can bring fresh fruit and even dried fruit to throw at me. I'm pretty good at ducking. My mother still doesn't know what I do. But it is the Underground Online Seminar. Simply go to undergroundonlineseminar.com. Now, very important date, August 18th. This is early bird. This is to protect Dush and Terra's confidence. And there's an early bird discount. And that discount is $500. So why pay $500 more when you can pay $500 less? And that is until the 18th. You procrastinators, it'll probably be till midnight on the 18th, and perfectionists as well. Some of you are perfectionists and you turn into procrastinators, which is a double whammy. But just know that after the 18th of August, this year, 2017, so if you're watching after August 18th, this $500 discount is off. Okay, but that's not my point. The point hasn't been ClickBank. The point hasn't been the high touch of Terra and Dush's affiliate management company. The point even isn't Underground. The point is an irresistible offer to get you there and to accelerate the momentum, or start the momentum of what you can start right at the Underground, even if you feel you're stuck or you've hit the wall or you have roadblocks. I don't care if you're traveling from Thailand. We have people in India, Hong Kong, South America, Brazil. Get to Colorado, in Denver. It's right near the middle of the United States. It's beautiful at the time in August. It's not snowing, very comfortable. I have 3 parts to my offer for 3 people only. I'm going to have a hot seat on September 14th. That's the evening before. Okay. We will go to a dinner, and for 3 people, I'll put you on a hot seat, half an hour each, and I will be giving you feedback about your business along with the other 2 people. All right. Number 2, money. Why not work with working capital? There's nothing to buy there. You're going to go and you're going to find out who to connect with. there is a VIP rebate. In other words, my affiliate commission is yours instantly with a special code. Did I get your attention? Now, it's almost $1,200. In fact, it's $1,195. I don't like that. I like $1,200. So I'll give you an extra $5 US when you get there. If you're in Australia, that's like giving you $8. Okay. And because the dollar is so strong in Australia, so $1,200 off. I'll tell you how to get that in a moment. And then there's a nightly review. So I like taking notes in a very special way. I run out of ink with my pen, and I take one note per page. And so you can take pictures and you can grab my notes and see what I wrote, just so you see what I saw. And I'll be there all 3 days. I'll be speaking on day one. The whole thing is about courage. So when you see Terra's keynote, if courage is not absence of fear, it's mastery of fear. It's abstinence to fear. And so you got to put fear on hold in order to be courageous, just like Steve Jobs did when he came back to Apple, just like Sir Richard Branson did when he started Virgin, just like Bill Gates did when he bought an operating system that wasn't even, his. He sold one that wasn't even his. And just like Oprah Winfrey did when she decided to have her own, daytime show, because she was weeping during her newscasts, and you don't weep during newscasts. And then the Oprah Winfrey show took off. Okay. So it takes courage. Now you go to Underground Online Seminar and you type in, when you get to the discount code, and I'll show you how in a moment, Alex VIP. Very important person. That's you. Only 3 people, not 12, not 15, 3. Now, what if you're number 4 or 5? Well, you won't get as good an offer, but you'll still get to save money. That's coming up. Instant $1,200 off. It'll say $1,195. You'll get an extra $5 from me, I promise you. And let's say things change. Let's say you can't make it, okay? Well, you can transfer your ticket to someone else 14 days before the event. There's a $30 fee. Can't be any more transparent than that. And my discount code is case sensitive. Now, why attend the Underground? Well, you're going to be part of a hot seat. You're going to get nightly reviews, and you'll save $1,200 as a VIP up front, not as the regular registrants, but as a VIP. So you got to register as a VIP. And you'll get in for less money than the normal registration is right now, especially if you do it before August 18th. Why attend? Because it's small, it's intimate. There's no other event like it. I know Yannick will be there. Who's the ideal attendee? In my opinion, it's Coach Carla and Coach Carl. Now, they don't have to be coaches. You don't have to be a coach, but someone who's in a service business who really hasn't cracked the code of internet marketing. They got in late. They don't know, should I be using Infusionsoft, One Shopping Cart, ClickFunnels? I'm going to have like 3 people come after me now because I mentioned all 3. What kind of platform should I be on? Should I be on ClickBank? How should I be using Facebook or Twitter? Or is there a way I can automate the business? What do I do to get started? I got in late. That is the person who is ideal. If you're confused, overwhelmed, you don't know what to do next. When is it? Well, it's in 2017, and it's going to be September 15th, 16th, 17th. You want to get there early on the 14th if you're one of my 3. And this is the why attend now, because there's only 3. And number 4, 5, and 6, I do have a procrastinator's second chance special offer, but I'll get to that in a moment. Dush and Terra, I'm going to go to the website now to show them exactly the way this works. Yeah. But go ahead and talk about the additional bonuses in 2 minutes or less, because there are more bonuses besides the savings.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm super excited about the bonuses that we're offering. And this is with the early bird offer, so it's only good through August 18th. But the first one, super cool. It is truly an underground tour. We're going to take you literally underground through the tunnels of Denver, places that are off limits to the general public. We're going to go through some haunted buildings, hear some cool stories about the history of Denver, sometimes the seedy history of Denver, and it's a pub crawl. So we stop at 4 pubs along the way, and Yannick and Dush and I are all going to be there hanging out, and it's just, that's going to be an incredible connection opportunity, really meet people in a very natural, authentic way, where those sorts of business deals just just kind of come up naturally in a situation like that where you're having fun with people, having some laughs. So that's the underground tour that you get to be a part of with, again, me, Dush, and Yannick. The second one is a free coaching session worth $1,000 with the coach that Dush and I personally use.
That's right.
We were actually introduced to her through Yannick. Her name is Aline Hanley. And she sort of crosses between personal development and business. You're not going to get business strategy from her or marketing strategy, but you will get clarity on any part of your life that you're struggling with. So if that is business, she's really going to help you find that clarity. If it's somewhere in your personal life, we like her so much. We have her on retainer in our company so that any of our employees can talk to her once a month. She's absolutely amazing. If you go to the website and look at the bonuses, there's a couple quotes there that from people that have worked with her that have talked about the power of just one session with her. So that really is an amazing bonus. Again, worth $1,000 a session with her. And then the third one is equally great. It's all the recordings from last year's Underground. So basically you're getting 2 Undergrounds for the price of 1. We had some really incredible speakers last year, including Garrett and Nate. Those were 2 of our speakers. So
okay, let me show you Garrett and Nate. Now, this is the popover for an opt-in. There's Garrett. There's Nate Rifkin. But what I want to click on, so you see the proof of concept, is you click on register. And this is a technique I used like over 17 years ago. It's called an anchor tag. You click it and you go all the way to the bottom. And for the early bird VIP ticket, you see that the 3,995 is crossed out. It's 2,995. You click on register. And when you click on register, there is a VIP code. Now, let me make this a little bigger so you see what it looks like, because I want you to get it. Now, there's Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and Discover, so you can get some bonus points there. But if you enter all uppercase Alex VIP and you apply it, bam! $1,800, all inclusive, the hot seat the night before, my notes every single day, all the bonuses like the pub crawl, Underground, so you can see what Denver was not supposed to be like years ago, along with all the people you'll meet there. And remember, there's this discount of $1,200. So $1,800, and you complete the purchase and save the spot for the dates, which are September 15th, 16th, and 17th. You want to get there the morning of the 14th so we can spend some time together. I'm going to do something right now that you're not supposed to do, but I know we'll get 3. And if you haven't already gone there, they may be gone. I have no idea. But the Procrastinator Second Chance special offer is if you can't get the Alex VIP because it's off and it's already done with, then again, all uppercase, Alex 30PC, and that's for 30%, and it's all uppercase. You get an instant 30% rebate before or after the August 18th date. That's basically my affiliate commission that you're getting, because I don't want to make any money off of you. I want you to be there so that you have some opportunities to throw stuff at me when I'm on stage. And remember, it's case sensitive. You want to talk to a human being. And if the line is busy or you get a recording, remember, we're getting lots of calls in. Here's the number, 415-493-5567. It may be a country code of 011, depending on where you're at. It's 1-415-493-5567 if you're overseas. You can contact Dush and Terra at support. It's support@undergroundonlineseminar.com. That's the special offer, and that's why we want you to attend. I can't wait to speak there, and I just want friends there. I want at least 3 people, clapping for me. And hopefully I can encourage you to stand up after I'm done. Now, what will life look like for the attendee 30 days after the event, 90 days, and what could it look like a year after? Let's take them into the future before we close this show.
Yeah, so can I just jump in there with one? I thought it'd be good to just very quickly let people know what they get with the VIP as opposed to the standard ticket, why it is such an incredible offer. So you get reserved front row seating. You get access to a VIP lounge that's only for speakers, sponsors, and other VIPs. So again, another great place to connect. And we will have We'll have snacks in there. In the afternoon, we're going to have a bar in there so you can grab a drink with someone. Again, just a great place to connect with others, have meetings, that sort of thing. And then you also get invited to our VIP dinner. So if you've been to Underground, if you know Underground, we have an awesome costume party. But before that is the VIP dinner, which again is only for speakers, sponsors, and VIPs. So with that, why don't you go into what life will look like?
So here's an interesting thing. Rather than speculate on what life would look like in 3 months, let me tell you about what people said after they attended last year's Underground. So that's really the ultimate proof. So one of the examples is a gentleman called Takuya Naruse, who flew over all the way from Japan to attend Underground last year. And he came in and he was so happy that he could make the trip. And so he attended Underground, and then he messaged Terra and myself, I think it was about a month after he attended, saying, you know, I took all the concepts that I learned at Underground and implemented them, and I doubled my daily sales. And this is an actual quote from Takuya Naruse in Japan. So then he said, I've doubled my sales, but this last week, my sales have gone up 7 times. So that's 30 days later, this is Takuya Naruse. Then there's another young gentleman called Raj Jana, who actually did a testimonial. And Raj was working for an oil company in Houston. And he was looking to get out of his oil company gig. And he decided that he wanted to create an e-commerce business around coffee. So he built an e-commerce business around coffee makers and coffee percolators and so on that he was selling on Amazon. And at Underground, he met one of our speakers, Byron Walker, who built a $5 million business, e-commerce business from scratch without using Amazon, which is just entirely on his own. He just started, and in about 1.5 to 2 years, he built a $5 million business. So Raj and Byron met at Underground, had a couple of conversations, and Byron said, look, if you want to reach out to me with any questions, please feel free to do so. And they kept in communication. And Raj has now quit his job with the oil company, and he's gone in full time on his business, doing extremely well. And he was just featured in Yannick's Evolved Enterprise because not only is he generating huge revenues, but he is giving a lot of the money back to a number of charities, and he's doing phenomenally well. So that's another great example from last year's Underground.
Mentorship.
Yeah, mentorship. The people, and the cool thing about Underground is it's not just the speakers, it's the person sitting next to you, the person that you run into. It's all these accidental, coincidental collisions that occur at Underground that makes them so powerful. Another example is Chris Luck, who met his partner, his business partner several years ago. And at Underground, they were sitting next to each other and they started to talk. And now, fast forward 10 years later, they have made between $25 to $30 million between themselves in that period of time. And this was something that was sparked from Underground. So what's going to happen? So it's going to be in stages. When you come away from Underground, immediately, the first thing that you're going to see is you're going to be scribbling furiously, writing down all the ideas that you hear on stage. And this is not just about increasing sales, it's about how you look at your business, how you look at your life, and what you can get out of it. So immediately you're going to be doing actionable, implementable things. 30 days later, you're going to be thinking back to some of the more profound, deeper things that you heard, which takes some time to seep in. It's not something that you immediately say, aha, I know what to do. Over time, it seeps in, and then you go back to the notes that you wrote and reflect back on it, and maybe call up that person because you would have had a chance to meet him. This is not a faceless speaker up on a big stage. This is somebody that you can actually meet and talk to. Maybe you call that person up or send them an email and say, hey, you know, I attended your session, you said this thing, and I have a question about that. A year down the road, you will see that in many ways it has profoundly changed your life. We've seen that so many times.
I think that's it. That's the intimacy of the atmosphere it creates. I mean, people come off stage and you can just go talk to them. This isn't like, a 4,000 person event where it's just really hard to get access to the speakers. They go off stage, you don't see them again. I mean, they're right there in the event. In the breaks, you can just go up and talk to them. Usually there's a whole crowd around our speakers, you know, 5 or 6 people asking them questions afterwards, connecting with them. So that's just an atmosphere. It lends itself to really strong connections.
And the final word is whether you decide to go or not, no matter where you're from, even if you lived in a Quonset hut in Antarctica, you still can go, okay? And so whether you go or you don't go, notice this sort of hero's journey of Terra and Dush. They started at ClickBank, they doubled, they tripled the sales, they had a lot of influence there, and there was still something missing. So they went out on their own and they became, I think, the top affiliate management service and agency the world is known, because they have more experience and certainly have generated more sales or influenced more sales than any other affiliate management company. No offense if you're an affiliate manager, but no one has their experience and did that with ClickBank. And there was still something missing. And then they decided to take over a business they knew nothing about. Thank God they knew nothing about it. Otherwise, they wouldn't have taken it over. And they took it over from a very dear friend who's really done a big, big service to the internet marketing community, taking experiential masterminds called the Mavericks, which Terra and Dush are part of. And he decided, that's Yannick Silver, decided to retire the Underground, which at the time was getting 400 or 500 people every single year, year after year. And then so in reenacting it, momentum had stopped. And when you stop momentum, it's not just the energy, it's hard to start it up again. It's like that giant flywheel, if you've read Good to Great with Jim Collins. It's really hard to get it started, but now it's started. And the reason I'm doing this is I'm speaking there. I'm going to be on stage. They've been gracious enough to offer me a stage presentation. I was going to start with a panel, and then I graduated to a keynote. So I don't know how that happened, but I'm pretty happy about it, because I can't wait to deliver the presentation I've never delivered before. And it's something that's generated nearly $4 million in the last 11 months. And no one really knows about it except for our clients. You'll get a sense of how to create your own little system that I'll be presenting. And now in their second year, as they're going through, is that correct? It's your second year?
Second year.
It's their sophomore year, which is, you know, delicate, because this is the point where it reaches inflection. It's less than 175 people, extremely intimate, and that's why I made my offer to 3 people. And what could happen 30 days, 90 days, even a year from now? You could get access and have relationships that you could not have had in the intimidating, massive crowds that other internet marketing seminars have. Now, I go to Traffic and Conversion every year. Ryan Dice is a dear friend of mine. Russell Brunson is a dear friend of mine. Those events are ideal for what those events are for.
Right. Exactly.
They're master marketers, right? But what Terra and Dush have created is an intimate underground, literally underground, so that you get to meet movers and shakers who really aren't the public movers and shakers. They're the guys and gals behind the other guys and gals. And everyone on that site at Underground Online Seminar, you may not even recognize. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if you do or don't. They're the reasons why lots of things are happening. For example, you know, Brendan Bouchard's Facebook guy, okay? He's there. The guy who gets people on stage all over the world has gotten Michael Phelps' mother on stage. He's there. And then you have other speakers that have done things that you may not even know about. So you get to meet those folks that are doing the work, but don't always present what they do to the public. I know about it because I know them. Dush and Terra know about it because they know them, but you may not know them. So if you can't make it, just check out the journey that Dush and Terra went through, where now they have made it more intimate, and they didn't make it like the way Yannick did, which was big, you know, 3 times the size. They made it intimate, and they adapted to market forces and to their ability to go narrow and deep versus wide, and not shallow, but, you know, wide and to the masses, you know, sitting in the seats. So you decide whether it's the right decision for you or not. And don't tell me there's a conflict, you know, calendar wise. If you can make it, you can make it. Okay. It's September 15th, 16th, 17th. If you're going, because of me, make sure you're there on the 14th. And I'm hoping those 3 have come through. I'll be calling you personally to make sure you're going for the right reasons. Terra and Dush are going, what are you going to tell them? No, we'll make sure you're going for the right reasons, because it's going to take a lot of my time, and I want to make sure that we have clear boundaries on what's actually going to happen. I won't have any boundaries while I'm there, but I'll have boundaries after I leave. So I just want to make that clear to you. Final word, Dush, before we end this?
Yeah, just to say that this is for us, for Terra and I, this is a labor of love. We have poured our heart and soul into curating the speakers, curating the experience, and just bringing the best people together and shining a light on the best practices in the industry. You will not regret it. This will be an amazing experience. We promise you that.
Terra, final word?
Yes, when you come to Underground, yes, you are going to learn how to make more money online. You are going to learn what's working from today from the people who are actually doing it. As Alex said, these are the underground people that they're not on every stage. They're the ones quietly doing it. So yes, you're going to learn that, but you're also going to learn business strategy, things to really build a strong business, and things to keep yourself grounded along the way, because we all know this entrepreneurial journey isn't always easy, and it can be a bit of a roller coaster. So we've got people talking about that too. How do we stay grounded, live powerfully, and keep that flame lit in our soul when our entrepreneurial journey kind of takes us on this roller coaster? So it really serves you as the entire entrepreneur. We want to help you build a great business, make more money online, and build a great life.
And my good friend Darren Hardy, who runs Success Magazine, he's got a book called The Entrepreneurial Roller Coaster, and that's what it's like. And this is your chance to go up and crest the top and take a look at the view down. It's a thrilling ride to put both hands up and go, look at me. This is Alex Mondosian on behalf of Dush and Terra and Dush for the Underground Online Seminar. I hope to see you there. And if I don't, my hope is that you learn something about the seminar and workshop business. Do it carefully, do it intentionally, and do it for the good of the people in attendance. All good wishes.
Thanks, Alex. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah, no, now it's the green room, so you can say whatever
All right.
you want to do. So,
awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
hang on one second. Gabriel, come to my office. I need you to pick up something. So come to my office before the apartment. This is real time.
Okay.
All right. Okay, you want to hear what happened? My beautiful convertible BMW got in its first accident.
Oh my God.
And I wasn't driving.
Oh no.
So I told my son, who wasn't driving, it just kind of slipped on a hill. And it just got like a broken tooth in the front now, and it's all dented. I told him, you get to choose the consequence. So I don't want to choose the consequence. So Dush, you have more experience than me. I'll get some parental advice from you because, you got a head start. We'll do it afterwards. Okay.
Sounds good.
Right. I don't know what to do. But what I do know is it's happening right now. So anyway, how did that feel? I mean, that was fun for me. And I wanted to,
Yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah.
Work for you?
I wanted to do the pimping because I got my pimp hat on and I want to get him in.
Oh, it's great. We loved it.
Those of you watching, okay, go. I mean, go. Even if you're not one of the first 3, you'll still get the discount. We'll still sit together and we'll still see what happens. Do I get to go on that pub crawl or what? You mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'd love to have you. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time.
You should.
I'm really excited about that. It's 2.5 hours, and they tell ghost stories until
I hope people show up the next morning. That's the only thing.
Well, I know. Yeah.
Well, that's why it's only 4 bars and 1 drink each.
Yeah, they only have time for like 1 drink, and it'll be so the networking happy hour is right after the session ends, so that'll be like from 5 to 6:30, and then we'll go straight on the pub crawl like around 7. So.
All right, that's on the 15th, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
All right, cool. So I'm just to get edification, I'm speaking on day 1, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah,
and then who are the other 2 keynotes, just so people know?
David Bayer.
He's on day 2. So we try to have a keynote for each pillar. So it's make more money online, build a stronger business, create a life that ignites your soul. So you're really that make more money online keynote. Our Build a Stronger Business is Governor John Hickenlooper. So he was a serial entrepreneur before he became governor of the state. He was actually mayor of Denver, became governor of the state. He's on Sunday. That's the only day he could do it. And then David is that creative create a great life, create a grounded life, create a powerful life. And he's on the second day.
Saturday.
Okay, awesome. So that's it for now.
Awesome.
And I'm hoping that you guys will be there. Dush and Terra, thank you. This is not our last session we do together, but I'm glad that you know, I could serve you and at least get the word out and people learn something about the seminar business. Yes?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, it is a crazy business. I'm glad we did not know what we were getting ourselves into because, you know, yeah, it's not an easy business.
It's great.
Well, how do you make money when there's no sales on stage?
Well, that's why the ticket sales are what they are. You know, we have to
ticket sales and sponsorships.
Yeah, I mean that's why it's a high-end event. So the idea is to attract a high-level person, and Underground generally does. I mean, usually about 50% of the audience is 6, 7, 8-figure business owners. So it's it generally attracts a higher-end person because I think of that higher-end price point, the people who don't want to go to a pitch fest.
Okay.
So. Yeah.
Will you talk to me about sponsorship too? Because I don't know what it entails and I may be interested with my partner, Doug. So we can talk about that later. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. Yep.
All right.
Awesome.
All right. Well, there you have it. And I hope that you see the kind of the inside of what a seminar looks like. It's glamorous on the outside, but on the inside, it's a lot of hard work. And then you have to adapt, which these two did. I'm super proud to be part of it. And I'm proud of them for, you know, sticking it out. And it's going to be a great event. I hope to see you there and all good wishes. Bye-bye.